When Captain America raises his mighty shield, the enemies will yield. Unless you're a plane or a bomb or... All right, we are back. We took the weekend off to deal with the ramifications of the Spelljammer nonsense. We are back to taking a look at this. And today we're going to take a look at character creation. And of course, the big test for character creation in any superhero role-playing game is, can you make Batman or can you make Spider-Man? Well, they already made Spider-Man for us, so let's take a look at the big guy. Now we'll find the stats for Spider-Man on page... I don't know, there's no page numbers, but here he is. Peter Parker, the spectacular Spider-Man. We've got might, agility, resilience, vigilance, ego, logic. His scores are 5 in might, 7 in agility, 2 in resilience, 3 in vigilance, 2 in ego, and 4 in logic, which gives him these bizarre modifiers, and then the defenses, which I guess are numbers you have to roll in order to attack his might. We've got his various stats. We've got his powers. They had to make a whole power set just for Spider-Man called web crawling. Let's go over to that. So you can see how they have the powers broken into like, what are these, outlines, PowerPoint things, family. It looks kind of looks like a family tree, right? Okay. So, and they are, so far, battlesuit blades, cybernetics, energy control, firearms, martial arts, plasticity, stretching, shield bearer, spider powers because reasons, super strength, tactical mastery, and weather control. So we're going to assume that Spider-Man has pretty much all the spider powers, right? I mean, he's Spider-Man. Now, I guess you could change these, right? You could change it to ice powers or... I don't know, anything else, and just take the different things, because, you know, it starts with jump, mighty 1, super dodge, spider pheromones, spider sense, spider strike, venom blast, and wall crawling. Venom blast, of course, is the power that Miles Morales has. And then you could just, you know, I want to take this one, but you can also change the names, right? And of course, like, here's Captain America, and he's got shield bearer. And here's Tony, and he's got battle suit. But then I think you can mix and match, because a lot of the example characters, like Thor here, has some from super strength, but some from weather control, and we can see that Wolverine has some from one thing and some from another thing. And then we've got our utility powers, like, you know, Batman's utility power would be, I'm Batman, or, you know, maybe utility belt, or just rich. And then we've got these traits, which I guess are kind of a combination of skills and feats and just general things. And, like, you know, Spidey's got... Where'd he go? So Spidey's got audience, combat finesse, combat reflexes, combat trickery, connections, heroic, inventor, free running, pundit, secret identity, scientific expertise, and weird. So I guess these all give him bonuses on certain roles. Like audience would, you know, people go, there's Spider-Man, he's a menace. Or there's Spider-Man, he's a great guy. And, you know, always seem to be people around. The power that seems to be missing from this list, of course, is Peter's luck. You know, that damn Parker luck. He does have a special power called wisecracking. They actually put a special power in here for Spider-Man, specifically called wisecracking. So, if we were to make Batman in our game, we would first have to figure out which one of these he is. Is he a blaster? No. Is he a bruiser? No. Is he a genius? Well, sort of, but not really. Is he a polymath? Just generally good at everything. Well, considering he is the world's greatest martial artist and the world's greatest detective and the world's greatest... Yeah, I'd say probably polymath. Is he a protector? Is he a striker? Not really. Polymath kind of fits bet for Batman. So now we got to figure out what rank he is. Now, I read that the example ranks are about 10. So that would give Batman a +7 to might and stuff like that. So a power of 10 gives you much 7 in everything, and then gives you some stuff. Now, for comparing Batman to a pre-made character, I would think either Captain America or the Punisher would probably be the closest. But since maybe Black Panther. So let's look at Black Panther. 6'7", 3'3", 3'4". That doesn't sound like somebody who's pushed themselves to the limits of physical and mental perfection like Batman. So let's look at Captain America. 4'4", 5'4", 3". That feels like somebody who's pushed themselves to the limit of human perfection. If 4 is the best that a normal, everyday human can get, then let's look at a non-normal day human. So let's look at, who's a not normal human. Like Spidey's got 5 because he's got his super strength. Thor has a might of 9. And let's, of course, look at the big guy. Is he? I don't think they probably didn't put Hulk in here, did they? No. Yeah. I think he'd probably be too hard to stat out, right? So 4. Yeah, so basically 5 and everything, 6 and 5 and everything, 4 and everything feels like a general run for Batman. So we would say he's 10, even though Steve's a rank 15. Now, which would we do for Batman's things? Because he sort of got a bit of everything. He definitely has martial arts and tactical mastery, right? So we would give him that. Now, how many does a rank of 10 give us? So rank of 10 gives us 4 traits without taking a weakness. But rank of 10 gives us what in powers? It doesn't say. We can choose one profession. Batman's profession is he's Batman. We can choose some traits. I think we know that Batman's traits would be wealthy. Probably all these combat things here: combat expertise, combat finesse, combat reflexes. We would just lots of these things, right? Because he's Batman. He's the world's greatest detective. So we'd have to give him some more traits. So maybe we'd have to make a power that gives him more traits. All right, so how do I get my powers? So rank 10, which gives me 3 power sets and 10 powers. 3 power sets and 10 powers. So from those 3 power sets, which are the diagrams we saw, the family tree, I can choose 3 of those and then take 10. So I have to sort of mix and match, but I am assuming some of these have, restrictions. So first, let's go, obviously, world's greatest martial artist. So that's the first one we're going to go. So we give him attack stance, defense stance, maybe do this all day. Look, they made a special one just for Steve. And grappling technique. So, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've taken 5 of our 10 just to give him 1 in each of these. And then we've also got to go tactical mastery. We've got battle plan. He's got to have that. Batman always has a plan. So, yeah. So it feels like I could make a low-key version of Batman. I don't know how I do the utility belt. Maybe 1 rank in battlesuit, or I don't know. It would have to be a utility power. I don't know where they have the utility powers or how many of these you get. Like, where is Spider-Man's wisecracking? No, it's actually in here. Wisecracking as a power. So I guess that's the utility power. Now, how many utility powers do I get? Doesn't say. I get 3 power sets and 10 powers. So would a utility power be one of my 10 powers? So out of my 10 powers, I'd have to pick one that is utility belt. And then I'd have to define what utility belt allows me to do. So obviously we need more powers, right? I would love to see a random power generation table, but then also something similar to what they've got here, where you could start with the random powers, but then sort of build off the random powers. or if you had a very specific idea for a character, you could skip the random powers. But if you're a DM and just need to toss off 5 or 6 quick villains, random powers are your friend, because you just go 3 rolls, super villain number 1, 3 rolls, stretching, wall crawling, and invulnerability. Okay, super villain number 2, genius inventor, hellfire, and matter eater. Okay, that's weird, but sure. I mean, obviously I can't make every character I can think of with the limits I have here, but I could, now that I've seen what they're doing, make up new powers. Like if I wanted to make Matter Eater Lad, whose power is eat anything, well, he only has 1 power. And then his utility power would be Legion Flight Ring, right? I assume Matter Eater Lad has some level of invulnerability, since he can eat fucking radiation and the sun and bombs and survive, and so yeah. But other than that, his power is eat anything and digest anything. God, that kid's got to have like the strongest teeth in the world, or some kind of corrosive acid in his saliva. I would hate to be kissing him, So for 10 points, I could build Batman at the beginning. Because obviously I couldn't build the Batman, but I could build the Batman as he's, seen in Batman Year One or in the new movie, I'm Vengeance. Why are you dressed like a bat? Your symbol's a bat. Why are you calling yourself Vengeance? Because I'm Vengeance. You're not the bat guy? You're dressed like a bat. You literally have a bat on. Yeah, okay. I'm not giving away too much spoilers, but, they've already spoiled the opening minutes, and the joke about the opening minutes is, why are you dressed like a bat if your name's Vengeance? But, yeah, I could make that Batman. The very beginning Batman Year One. But if I wanted to make Batman now, the Batman we know, that'd probably be rank 15 or 20. Just because he would have so many utility powers. So... yeah, and if the big question is, can the superhero system have Batman, have Superman, and have them work on the same level so neither player feels left out and they both have something to do? The thing we've always said about why Villains and Vigilantes is such a great system is because you could have a Superman-type character and a Batman-type character, and both have things to do, both relatively, as far as the combat table is concerned, have their advantages and disadvantages. Batman's got his thing, Superman's got this thing, but they never feel like one overpowers the other, and you always feel like there's something for the Batman player to do and the Superman failed to do. If you got the Justice League, you got the Trinity, you got to make sure each player doesn't feel like the other player is, outshining them. The Batman player's got to have stuff to do that, the Superman player and the Wonder Woman player can contribute to and feel a part of. The Wonder Woman player and the Superman player's got to have things to do to make them feel, as the iconic Wonder Woman, Superman type characters, but not let the Batman character feel left out. And all 3 of them have got to be able to work together and be on the same page to take out, Amazo or Darkseid or Uncle Scrooge. I don't know. So that's the next thing we got to test is combat. Now, I've already read a review of the combat system, so I'm going off of that, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. But right now, the general feeling is yeah, I can make Batman, a very low-power version of Batman. But I don't know if the low-power version of Batman could stand toe-to-toe with the other characters or in this combat, because we don't know the combat. Especially with the clunky system. Okay, I'm just going to go on record. The D616 is just a dumb idea. It's counterproductive. The rank system feels clunky and counterproductive. The archetype system, I guess you could have the archetypes. I mean, why not? So many ones have done that. You just need more archetypes. And I don't know. And the mixing and matching, I like that. I like that I can take a few powers from Battlesuit and a few powers from Super Strength. I want to see more of that. And it does feel like I could hack this. Like I could easily hack the spider powers to fit other powers that give me the same thing. Like what's the difference between web casting and another way to entangle somebody, like ice powers or stone grip or dropping a mouse cage on them? So I could just rename things. So just already based upon what they have, I can, dip into that and just rename things and use them to make a different individual, but still have the same write-up. What I miss is, of course, the Heroes Unlimited level of detail in the powers. I mean, let's read an example power. It's like one paragraph. Look at that. One paragraph. The character's vigilance score is increased by 3. They ignore any penalties for darkness or invisibility. They gave a permanent +2 bonus on their vigilance defense. First, why would night vision give me a bonus to defense? And second, okay, yeah, I ignore darkness and, whatever. But that's a paragraph. Heroes Unlimited would probably, give you the complete list of everything you could see and everything you couldn't see and all the bonuses having night vision would give you. And if you had flame powers, it would let you know at what degree and maybe that's too much. I love it, but I know it's a lot of information that you need to put down, and maybe it's just very clunky when you think about it. You could crib Heroes Unlimited if somebody really wanted to know what they could do with their, weather chill power. Can I freeze somebody's drink? Sure, yeah, let's look it up. Yes, you can. Most of the playtests that I'm reading are saying, if this is the game as it's going to be presented a year from now, I'm not buying it. They need to change a lot. And I have to agree with that. This game is not going to be able to be competitive with the superhero market simply because it has the Marvel title. There's been, 4 other Marvel superhero role-playing games. None of them have done well, and the only one that's really remembered fondly is Phase Rip Marvel, which is by all means, probably still the best. I don't know why you didn't just bring up Phase Rip Marvel, except, of course, maybe because there's G-Core and Phase Rip and a couple other games that are using this similar mechanic, and maybe you've lost the rights to Phase Rip and you can't use it anymore, which just sucks because, imagine if we saw a 2022 version of Phase Rip Marvel. The bad outweighs the good. There's a lot of good ideas in here. If I was writing another superhero role-playing game, I would steal a ton of these ideas. In fact, I still might. Especially that's brilliant. But everything else is clunky. It's unwieldy. There's a lot of unnecessary gimmicks. The stats, just to spell out Marvel, there's an intrinsic stat missing in that. There's a lot of stuff. So next is combat, which, what that's going to be, what the game, if we got the 5-room dungeon of a superhero role-playing game, you got to have at least 2 combats to really sink your teeth into it. So, yeah. What do you think? Insights? Has anybody had a chance to go through this? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? What do you want to see changed? I know there's a lot we want to see changed. Do you agree with my input? Do you think we could make Batman and the Justice League in this system? Well, a very low-power Teen Titans version, or maybe even Teen Titans. We could definitely make Teen Titans Go version. Which might be the example characters I make, Teen Titans Go. But could we make the Avengers, the Justice League? Why did everything just go fuzzy? With this system. If you agree with my content, let me know. If you don't agree with my content, let me know. I want to say hello and welcome to all our new subs. Thank you very much. So close to 700. Help me hit 700 subs, guys. We can do it. And then we only need 300 more by August. I don't think we're going to make it, but it's nice to think we can. Till next time, I have been your guide to all things tabletop role-playing game news, weather, sports, general internet nonsense, and Marvel Multiverse role-playing game. Get out of my multiverse, you damn kids.